Good afternoon, guys. Are you getting my voice?
Yes, sir.
ఎవరైనా ఒకసారి గ్రూప్ లో మెసేజ్ చేయండి. ఎవరన్నా ఇంకా చూడకపోతే మెసేజ్ దే విల్ జాయిన్ ఇమ్మీడియట్లీ. లేదా నేనే గ్రూప్ లో జాయిన్ మెసేజ్ పెడతాలేండి. సారీ అండి, అడిగి కానీ హార్డ్ టైంలో పెట్టాను క్లాస్. అన్నం తినే టైంలో
అయిపోయింది సార్
తింటాం. అయిపోయిందా?
ఆ
మీ పని బాగుంది. ఏముంది, హాయిగా మొబైల్ ముందు పెట్టుకుంటూ తినుకుంటూ చూసుకోవచ్చు. కావాలంటే క్లాస్ ఉంటే ఇబ్బంది ఏముంది.
అలా ఏం తినలేదు సార్ ఎప్పుడు.
తినలేదు. ఏం చేస్తాం, మార్నింగే తీసుకుని ట్రై చేసండి. ఇవాళ మార్నింగ్ 5 పవర్ పోతే అది 10:30కి వచ్చింది పవర్. ఎవరో ఏదో చెప్పారండి, నాకేం అర్థం కాదు.
గుడ్ ఆఫ్టర్నూన్ సార్ అని చెప్పారు సార్.
మరేంది అసలు వాయిస్ అంత డిస్టర్బెన్స్ వచ్చింది? నాకేనా అందరికి అట్నే వచ్చిందే?
అందరికి అంతే వచ్చిందేమో సార్, నాకు కూడా అంతే వచ్చింది.
అయితే అతని దగ్గర సిగ్నల్ ప్రాబ్లం. ఎవరో 5:34?
ఎన్నయ్య సార్?
ఎవరు?
గౌస్ అంట సార్.
ఓకే, వాయిస్ సిగ్నల్ లేదనుకుంటా మనోడికి సరిగ్గా పాపం. ఎవరో సెట్టింగ్స్ మారుస్తారు వీటన్నిటికి. వీళ్ళు ఎందుకు మారుస్తారో అర్థం కాదు. Okay, and today we are going to see the last concept of the domain name system. That is the name servers. One small topic only. Hardly 15 to 20 minutes అయిపోద్దండి. Okay, the actual, see, we have seen the first topic, DNS namespace, already we have seen. Next we have seen the domain resource records. In the previous class we have seen this domain resource records. Now today we are going to see the domain name servers. Okay, that is one more small concept, that is the domain name servers we are going to see in the today's class, so that we can complete this domain name system. Briefly we can complete this one. I hope my voice is clear to you guys.
Yes, sir.
Okay, what is these domain name servers? Then today's concept is about the domain name servers. What is this concept of these domain name servers means? Okay, these are the servers which contain the entire database of the DNS. The servers which will store the database of the DNS and which will respond to all the queries for that database is known as the domain name servers. DNS servers, they are called the domain name system servers. Okay, the server systems where we are storing the database, entire database of the domain name system, and the server which is responding to the queries we are writing, asking the domain name system is known as this domain name server. Just 1 minute అండి, ఒక్క నిమిషం. ఇది అప్లోడ్ చేస్తే ఒక పని అయిపోద్దండి, మళ్ళీ మర్చిపోతాను. హెవీ సైజ్ ఉంది. ఓకే అండి, సారీ, ఏం లేదండి, కొంచెం హెవీ సైజ్ 2 hours వీడియో, అది ఒకసారి 2 hours కంటిన్యూషన్ క్లాసెస్, కంటిన్యూగా 2 hours లాంగ్ వీడియో అప్లోడింగ్ టైం పట్టుద్ది అని చెప్పేసి ఇప్పుడు అప్లోడ్ చేశాను. ఓకే, వెన్ వి కమ్ టు దీస్ నేమ్ సర్వర్స్, అందరూ వచ్చారు కదండి. ద నేమ్ సర్వర్స్, దీస్ ఆర్ నథింగ్ బట్ ద సిస్టమ్స్ వేర్ ద ఎంటైర్ డేటాబేస్ of the domain name system is saved. It contains the entire database of the domain name system, and it is the system which is responding to all the queries we are writing about that domain name system. That is briefly simply what is the name servers are nothing but the server systems where we are storing the entire database of the domain name system. Okay, generally when we come to the DNS namespace, when we come to the names of the domain name system, the namespace of the is divided into non-overlapping zones. Okay, the total domain namespace is divided into the up to some number of non-overlapping zones. That means in which zone contains some part of the tree. Okay, if you see here, this circles indicate the zones. The entire domain name system namespace tree is divided into some number of non-overlapping zones. Non-overlapping means, okay, mutually exclusive zones. There is no connection between two zones. Okay, there is no overlapping is there. That is called the non-overlapping zones. Okay, which contains, each zone contains some part of the domain name system tree. The domain name system, some part will become to every part of that one will come to some zone. They are divided into the some number of non-overlapping zones. Okay, that is the first thing. What is happening is in the maintaining of this DNS namespace tree, the tree is divided into some number of non-overlapping zones where each zone contains some part of the tree. Okay, and also they contain the name servers holding authority information about the zone, and for each zone one server will be there. In every zone one server will be there which is holding the authoritative information about that zone. The total zone will be under control of that name server. For example, if you take this zone, okay, this zone will contain the server will be there, name server will be there in this particular zone. If you take this zone CSAI robot Linda, if you take this zone will contain one separate name server will be there who will act as a authoritative information about that one. Okay, that name server will contain the total control of that zone will be under that one. Okay, the authorization information in the about that zone will be in the hands of that name server. ఎవరండి అన్మ్యూట్ అయింది? Okay, like that. First, the total namespace tree is divided into some number of zones. Every zone will contain a name server. Every zone will contain a name server who will have the control, total authorization information about the zone. Name server in that zone will have the total control of that zone. The total control of that zone will be under that one. That means if anybody wants to take a domain name in this zone, cs.ai. want to take some other part, cs.ai.rammohan. If I want to take a domain name in this one, okay, I have to get authorization from the name server of this zone. This zone is under the control of some name server. Okay, the authorization will be given only by that name server. Like every zone will contain some name server will be there who is maintaining that zone. That means the entire database relating to this zone will be maintained by this particular name server. Okay, that name server will maintain the entire database of the zone. That is the basic thing. First, the namespace is divided into zones. Every zone will contain the name servers. Next, C. When a resolver has a query, whenever the resolver got some query about the domain names. Okay, whenever a resolver has a query about a domain name, it passes the query to one of its local servers. Whenever any resolver has a query about that one, first it will pass that question to the local servers. First, the local server, if the domain, okay, if the question is about some domain, if the domain belongs to the local server, then it will return the information about that one. The local server will verify whether that domain particularly belongs to its zone or not. If the domain belongs to its zone only, then it will happily provide the information related to the domain name. Otherwise, it will, if the domain does not belongs to its zone, then what it will do is it will send a query message to the top level name server of the domain requested. Okay, see, whenever we ask some query about some domain name, that for example we ask the query about the www.google.com, we ask a query about this domain name, what is the IP address related to this domain, we ask for that one. Then what will happen is whenever a resolver got this query, he will pass that one to his local name server, whoever the name server in that local zone. To that name server the query will be passed. Then the local name server will first verify whether this domain belongs to its local zone or not. Okay, whether it will fall under the jurisdiction of the name server, that means it belongs to the locality of that name server, then it will return the authoritative resource records. Whatever the resource records about that domain name, those resource records will be given back as an answer. If it is the domain is remote and no information about the requested domain is available locally, if the domain is belongs to some other one zone and no information is available about that one in the local name server, then what it will do is it will forward the query message to top level name server for the domain requested. Okay, for the requested domain, whoever the top level name server, to that name server the request will be passed. For example, say to understand this one, see, we are in this zone. For example, initially we are in this zone. Okay, we are in this zone ala.eng.ala. We are in this zone and we have a query about what www.google.com. Okay, the domain name we have asked what is the IP address of www.google.com. That is the query we have. But currently we are in this zone. So what will happen? First, that query will be given to the whoever the name server in this zone. The query will be given to the name server whoever in this zone. Okay. For that name server, the question will be given. The name server will check whether that domain is available locally or not. If the name server is not locally available, then it will pass the query to the top level domain. Okay, whoever the top level, okay, to the top level domain to which the required domain name has belongs to the top level domain, the question will be passed. That means our question is IP address of www.google.com. What is the top level domain in for that domain name? Com is the top level domain for that one. So from this zone, the question will be forwarded to this com, whoever the top level one. Okay. that domain name belongs to this com. So the question will be forwarded to this one from this com. Then from this one, it will verify. Okay, it will give a result about the www.google.com. It will do the remaining work. That is what is happening at the name servers. Okay. మా అడిగిన డొమైన్ నేమ్ కనుక సేమ్ జోన్ లో ఉంటే ఇట్ విల్ గివ్ ఆన్సర్ ఆటోమేటికల్ ద నేమ్ సర్వర్ విల్ గివ్ ద ఆన్సర్ ఇఫ్ ద డొమైన్ నేమ్ వీ హావ్ క్వశ్చన్డ్ డస్ నాట్ బిలాంగ్స్ టు అవర్ జోన్ ఇట్ విల్ పాస్ దట్ క్వెరీ టు ద టాప్ లెవెల్ నేమ్ సర్వర్ ఆఫ్ ద డొమైన్ రిక్వెస్టెడ్ ఓకే దట్ క్వెరీ మెసేజ్ విల్ పాస్ టు ద టాప్ లెవెల్ నేమ్ సర్వర్ ఆఫ్ ద డొమైన్ రిక్వెస్టెడ్ మా అడిగిన డొమైన్ యొక్క టాప్ లెవెల్ నేమ్ ఎవరైతే ఉన్నారో వాళ్ళ దగ్గరకు పాస్ అవుతుందండి ఇట్ విల్ బి ఫార్వర్డెడ్ టు ద టాప్ లెవెల్ వన్ అక్కడ నుంచి ఇట్ విల్ బి రిజాల్వ్డ్ ఓకే సి హీ హాస్ గివెన్ అన్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్ మాకు స్మాల్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్ ఇచ్చాను డయాగ్రామాటిక్ ఫార్మ్ వీ కెన్ ఈజీలీ అండర్స్టాండ్ దట్ వన్ స్లీ flits.cs.vle.nl Netherlands. NL is nothing but Netherlands. Okay, flits.cs.vle.nl a person Flits who belongs to CSC department of VLE University of Netherlands. He wants to know the IP address of linda.cs.ala.edu. Okay, that flits.cs.vle.nl machine wants to know the IP address of linda.cs.ala.edu. Then what will happen is, who is writing the query? This is the writing of the originator of the query. He will write the query to his own domain. Okay, he will write the query to the name server of his own domain. What is the domain of this one? cs.vu. Okay, to the name server vucs. For his name server, he will paste the query. The query will be forwarded to this name server. Then what will happen? This name server will verify whether that one belongs to the same zone or not. Since it does not belong to the same zone, it will forward the question to top level domain of that one. Who is the top level domain here? edu. So it will directly forward that query to the edu name server. Okay, from this cs.vu.nl, the question is directly shifted to the edu name server. Again, edu name server will go down in its tree. In its subtree, it will go down to, okay, ALA name server. It will ask this ALA name server. Okay, the ALA name server will jump to the CS name server and it will give the information about that one. Finally, it will give the information about linda.cs.ala.edu. See what is happening here. ఒకసారి చూడండి జాగ్రత్తగా. See, whenever this one Flits wants to use this one, వీడి query కావాలి. Okay, so he will write the query to his own name server. వాడి యొక్క నేమ్ సర్వర్ ఎవరు? CS. So Flits will write his query to the CS name server. It will verify దాని జోన్ లో ఉందా లేదా ఇది అనేది వెరిఫై చేసుకుంటుంది. It will identify that ala.edu does not belong to its own zone. Okay, since it is not belongs to the local zone, what it will do is it will forward the question to top level domain of the required domain name. మనకు కావాల్సిన డొమైన్ నేమ్ ఇది. దీని యొక్క టాప్ లెవెల్ డొమైన్ ఎవరు? edu. So it will forward the question to from CS server name server to directly to edu name server. It will forward it to edu name server, who is the top level. From this one, it will go down. edu will forward the question to ALA, who is the subdomain. From this ALA, it will be forwarded to the name server CS, who is the subdomain of ALA. Here, this IP address will be resolved. Again, the output will be given back in the same order. From this one, it will come to ALA. From ALA, it will go to back to edu. From edu, it will come back to cs.vu. From cs.vu, it will come back to Flits. The Flits will get the reply in this manner. Clear? That is what is happening here. See, the question has raised here. Question ikkada raise ayindandi. In this zone, the question has raised. Okay, the question is about whom? Okay, the question is about the edu website. Okay, Linda, about this one. The question is about this Linda. It was raised here. What will happen? First, it will search in this local name server, CS server, whether it's available in this local name server CS. If it is not available in the local name server CS, what is this local name server will do is it will forward the question to top level domain of the domain name. In the domain name, who is the top level? Edu is the top level. So directly the question will be forwarded to this edu. The question will be forwarded to this edu. Edu will move down in the tree. It will forward the question to LA, who is the subdomain. LA will forward the question to CS, who is the next subdomain. Okay. Now this CS will identify the lender. It will identify the lender. It will give the resource record of lender. Again, by taking the resource record of lender, this CS will give back the answer to this ALA. Okay. From ALA, it will go back to EDU. From EDU, it will directly come back to this CS. Okay. The CS will give that back to the flits. In this way, the resolver will solve the query. Whenever a query has given, the name server will answer the queries in this process. Clear? That is what is happening here. Okay, here he is explaining clearly what is happening in that process. Okay, that is briefly what is happening. What is actually happening in that process is given in the following steps. Whenever a query has given, what is happening clearly is given in this following 5 steps. Those total what is happening is given in this format. See. Step C. Whenever resolver sends a query containing domain name, okay, containing the domain name, sort the type and class to the local server name. First one is the resolver will send the question to the domain name query containing the domain name, okay, which requires the type and class of that one to the local server name cs.vu.nl. Domain resolver will send a query which contains domain name along with type and class to the local server name. Suppose local server name knows nothing about it. If the local server name knows nothing about it, it asks few other nearby name servers. If none of them know, it send a UDP package to the server of edu server.net. That means how will you identify the high level domain? Simply, whenever the local name server knows nothing about it one, it will send the UDP packet to the server of edu server.net. Okay, then this edu.server knows about that one. Okay, the edu server knows nothing about the cs.ala.edu, rs.ala.edu. So it will forward the request to the name server ala.edu. Since edu server directly does not know anything about that one, it will forward the question to ala.edu. Okay, again ala.edu will forward the same question to, okay, cs.ala.edu. It will forward the same question to cs.ala.edu. Finally, cs.ala.edu will respond to that one. It will identify that record. It will give the resource record of that one in the same work, in the same steps back. Okay, it will send the report to ala.edu, resource record to ala.edu. ala.edu will forward that one to edu server. Edu server will forward that resource record to the cs.vu.nl. Okay, this is totally what is happening here. Whenever the query is not satisfied locally, okay, the query fails, but the query fails, but the name of the next server along the line to try is returned. Whenever a query is not satisfied locally, the query fails in the locally, but the name of the next server along the line to try is returned as, okay, to which server it has to try will be returned. This is totally brief about the domain name servers. Small topic, that is the domain name server. 20 points. Please read these points once. Simple. Okay. tomorrow we will start the electronic mail. Next concept in the application layer, that is the electronic mail. We will discuss in the tomorrow class. 4 or 5 classes briefly we will complete the electronic mail. So within 4 or 5 classes we can complete this 16 unit, that is the application layer, can be completed within the 4 or 5 classes. Okay guys, this is briefly the today's class, and this is totally about the domain name system. Okay, when we come to the domain name system, three concepts are there: domain namespace, domain resource records, domain name servers. Totally 3 concepts are there. This is briefly those total 3 concepts about this one. Okay guys, thank you very much for today's class. Again we will meet in the tomorrow class. Okay Andy.